going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we're reacting to episode number 17 of Once Upon a Time Season 2. Oh, I'm excited to check this episode out because there's going to be some very, very bloodthirsty vibes because this is just a hunch. But I think Regina's probably going to be out for blood against Snow. Just a hunch, like I said. Yeah, we had Cora's death in the last episode, which took me by surprise because I was expecting her to at least conclude Season 2 and we'd see where we'd go from here. But the game has definitely changed with Snow killing, even though that she did regret it later on, but it was too little too late. Yeah, she had made sure that Cora would die once her heart was back in her. And yeah, it feels weird because there was a sense of benevolence, although we don't know how far that would have extended if Snow didn't do that to Cora's heart. But there was a sense of benevolence once her heart was back in her body, and for the most part, Cora has been very spiteful. She has been someone who has never failed to make me just want to pull my hair out, although that's a bit of a hard ask at the minute because it's short, but you get the idea. She has been so spiteful, she has been so evil, and yeah, I am pretty much for the most part kind of glad that she's gone. So yeah, but it will be very, very interesting to see where things do go for from here onwards, especially since this might put Regina back into the occupation of being, I guess, the main antagonist, with the fact that she's now lost her mother, especially following what Snow said to her in the crypts. And it's like that cruel hope has withered away, so yeah. But with that said, let's get into episode 17 of Season 2 for Once Upon a Time. Let's go.
Not bad for your first one.
Green and red, like Luke and Darth's lightsabers.
Hey, here is one for your collection.
Is that Cadigan from the 100?
Taught me how to make these when I was your age.
Oh, great!
You're giving it to me?
Oh! Is that the curse? The magical tent protected them. No, that was like the curse, wasn't it? That was... yeah.
Someone dropped a town right on top of us.
Is this how everything began with Storybrooke? Holy shoot!
You need some help?
Oh!
Who are you? What is this place?
Morning, Crick. Dr. Hopper. Beautiful day, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm Maya?
As we
I'm
build
kidding.
our birdhouses, remember, what you're making is a home, not a cage.
Oh, this is
free
paralleling
to
to
do
the
what it
first
will.
episode.
This is for them, not us. Maybe someday he'll wake up. Maybe someone who loves him will find him.
That would be nice for him. But I
Oh,
wouldn't count on
man.
it.
She's soaking this in. It's bad.
Is he yours?
Mine? No. I was never so lucky.
Oh,
He's mine.
does she think
Yeah,
it would be
excuse me, his manners are
Pinocchio?
a little rough around the edges. I'm Kurt Flynn.
Kurt. Oh.
Sorry to interrupt your breakfast.
I will have my son, and I will have my vengeance. I will find a way to have everything.
This is it, though. She's adopting Cora's power complex. And look where it got her. In a coffin. Look,
Anything?
I hated Cora, so...
You don't get to come in here and just drop a bomb like that. You're gonna figure this out, and you're gonna help us.
And why should I?
Because aside from us being family now, Mary Margaret saved your life. Now you owe her.
It's kind of like a deal. You owe her.
Please pay your debts, don't you?
Yeah.
Stop, Regina.
Shoe ain't comfortable on the other foot, right?
What's this?
It's a gift for letting me sit in your seat.
For
Aw. See, we used to have one of them at school. It's kind of nice what he did there. Not as rosy as you'd imagine, right? Kind of gets a bit of, like, it kind of gets a bit dreary, doesn't it? After a while.
That they love you. And if you're as desperate for love as Regina appears to be, you might just believe it.
Oh my goodness. She's really...
Hey, buddy, why don't you go back upstairs?
She's really going all out.
Emma. Or grandsons.
Yeah, well, wars have costs.
Ooh,
this is a
that's
blood
playing
feud
onto his vengeance for...
One that goes back a very, very long time. The only way you can end a blood feud is by the spilling of more blood. That is the only way I know to...
Violence doesn't always have to...
By what, killing her?
Like, breed violence.
Coda was dangerous because she didn't have a heart. Regina's even more dangerous because she does.
Oh, that is very...
It's really delicious lasagna, isn't it, Owen?
nice. It's very, very interesting he says that. Because she
Owen?
It's okay.
has that capacity to reach that emotion.
I know I'm not the greatest cook. I came here looking to start over too. Hasn't turned out quite the way I'd hoped.
Whole new world for these characters.
What
In
good
some sad sense in different ways.
Hey, I thought we were making dessert.
It's just investing this, like, thing.
Wow. Look, I appreciate everything you've done for us, but our life is in New Jersey.
Oh man, there's that emotional attachment that Regina's longing for, and everyone else in Storybrooke is just basically lifeless.
How did it go?
We're good. He said yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's in the bathroom right now. I'm gonna go home and pack. Not bad for day 3 as dad, if I do say so myself.
Oh, Neil. You got a lot to learn about Henry.
Did you really fall for that? He's your son.
I mean, to be fair, he's just newly discovered his son, and this is one of the first...
Our visitors are driving out of Storybrooke. Find them before they cross the town line. Pull the car over and arrest the father for drunk
Oh
driving.
my goodness, how...
Avoid him.
Of course, because she controlled... Oh!
Kurt.
Yeah.
Huh. Is it Henry?
Henry, you saw that, right? He just took a picture of your bloody...
Well, good luck with your merit badge.
Wow. This guy, this...
Henry!
Come on!
This is really shitty, though, in Regina's sense. Like, I get that she has admired Kurt, but... she's not giving him free will.
I'll always be with you. You can do this.
Oh, bloody hell.
Run! Go!
Kurt.
Go! Run! Don't stop!
He's gonna die. He's dead. He's dead.
Run!
Owen, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. I just wanted us to be happy.
And this is a really manipulative way of going up.
Run!
At least she gave him that freedom, but...
What it's gonna do is get you killed.
You just say that because you need magic. So you can cast that curse on me.
Wow.
There's no way to get rid of it. You can't just blow it up. Magic isn't the problem, kid. It's her.
It's not
I mean,
just
she is
her.
the problem, to be
It's
fair, but...
everyone. Look what magic did to Mary Margaret. Look at what it did
Magic
to
comes
you.
at a cost.
It's ruining
At a
everything.
price.
It makes good people do terrible things.
And bad people.
Do it. There we go. Whew.
Thank you.
I mean, he's not asking for resentment from Regina to die down.
I'll find you, Dad!
Oh.
Never stop looking!
Oh my goodness. And they, oh my goodness, and yeah, there we go. The, like, once you leave.
Oh, you tell yourself you did the right thing. And if you say it often enough, one day you might actually believe it.
Oh. It's a really heartbreaking mindset to live by, but numbs the pain, doesn't it? And
My problem is, I never learn from my mistakes.
shh! Oh my God! Oh no! Whoa!
Oh, I didn't do that. You did it. You darkened yourself.
No.
Oh,
No.
a dark seed.
And once you blacken your heart, it only grows darker
Holy sh!
and darker. I can have everything. Thanks to you.
Holy sh!
Now get off my porch.
Woo!
I'll find you, Dad.
No!
Promise.
I was just thinking, what if? What if? I was just thinking, what if? Because Kurt, you know, saw something that wasn't right, and he made a bolt for it. And then you've got Greg, who keeps on, you know, finding obscure things and is keeping a record in there. And you just got to think with, you know, no witnesses in terms of Kurt seeing something out of the ordinary. It's like, okay, what if I can make a portfolio or whatever of all the evidence of irregularities that's happening in Storybrooke? And then I can prove that this get revenge for what they did with my father and expose them. I was just thinking that, like, 5 seconds before the little thing, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I really loved that episode, especially finding out a bit more about Greg, aka Owen. That was quite something. Like I said, like 5 seconds before the penny did drop, I was like, hold up, wait a second. I've got my theory board and it makes sense, especially with the name change as well, because, you know, if I'm sure Regina would, I know it's nearly been 3 decades, but surely Regina would probably remember the name Owen, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, especially if Kurt is still alive. I'm not sure if he would be, but I imagine he might be locked away in the asylum like Belle was in, so that way, you know, no one could hear his cries, etc. Like if you, like, compared to, like, let's throw him in the jail and whatnot, then, you know, you'll have this crazy man to the eyes of Storybrooke say, yeah, well, he might not be perceived as crazy with everyone regaining who they are. So yeah, but I imagine if he's still alive, then he'll be in the asylum. If not, then he's probably dead. So which is sad, but I really loved that revelation, though. It was really great because like I said, at first, or like I've really echoed, especially in this episode, and that was before the reveal, of course, but I thought it was very, very eerie to have this Greg guy come in and try to sabotage the whole of Storybrooke. But thanks to this episode, we get an idea of why he's taking these pictures, why he's collecting evidence. And like I said, his father saw something, and failed to basically attain that knowledge. He was captured trying to escape. And it's really sad because there is a sense of manipulation with Regina. Regina, yeah, she did value their company, and the compassion that they offered to Regina was very wholesome, to the point where she went hell-bent into trying to keep them into Storybrooke. And when they declined, she decided to take drastic action. And it is a manipulative way to go about it. Yeah, we do admire when Regina does go to that compassionate side, but she went a little bit overboard, because she, let's not call jam ketchup, right? She essentially tried to kidnap them and have them forced stay in Storybrooke. But there is an element of sadness there, because we saw, as she was having her day-to-day life in Storybrooke, that things just weren't as sunshine and rainbows for her. She was, at first we saw her sauntering around Storybrooke feeling so happy, thinking she had won. And then days went by, and it just, wasn't what she had hoped, really. So, yeah, it was just very interesting to see things go about. It was just very, very interesting to see how mundane this was, and how this wasn't real for her. How everyone was living their lives, greeting her, and it wasn't real. Because and it's just very, very interesting, as time goes on, because with the fact is, she keeps being reminded, words, that she has cursed everyone, but the vengeance doesn't feel whole. There's that element missing, and yeah, they are not real in her mind. It's yeah. And what I really like is that and Gold's line to Snow when he's said that one day you'll feel like you've done the right thing. I think it does play a factor into Regina, because she spent nearly 3 decades in Storybrooke, and we saw very, very early on that things just weren't what they seemed. It wasn't content for her. And at the end, and this is it, this was very early on, so she's got to spend the next near 3 decades basically playing the part, having to put this I guess almost facade on her, because otherwise she'd be pulling her hair out, because this was pretty early on, where she didn't feel content with what was going on around her. So with the alternative potentially pulling her hair out, she just basically had to adjust. So yeah, because this is it. She keeps having to remind herself that this is the right thing, and suddenly she has to basically believe that this is the real deal for her. Especially after spending 3 decades and everything's same old, it would become part of the norm for her. So I know it might be a bit of a stretch, but I feel like Gold's comment does paint a little bit of parallel to Regina having to adjust to basically what will be the norm, especially after things just didn't feel content early on. So yeah. But what I gotta say though is not just was what Rumpel said to Snow about that really great in terms of quote. There was a really amazing quote as well when he and that this comes from Rumpel as well, regarding how Cora was dangerous because she had no heart, and yet Regina is more dangerous because she has a heart. And I've got to say that was really chilling, and it's very poignant, because hatred is a default there for Cora. There is no emotion but hatred, whereas Regina has that freedom to hate and love and etc. So she can be very, very much more dangerous, because there is a level of unpredictability there, with the fact that her default isn't hatred, unlike Cora, because of the fact that she has a heart. So yeah, I really loved some of the quotes in this episode, because I thought they were very, very poignant and very masterful. So I really liked it, some of the quotes in this episode. But yeah, I really loved how we focused. We kept flashing from 1983 till to present day. Yeah, it was really good to see the present day stuff, especially with Regina trying to find the curse that will force Henry to love her, especially with Rumpel's warning. She did try to find a way, but Henry was just not having any of it, especially learning of these plans, and tried to destroy magic all throughout. So, and I gotta say, I really loved Henry ranting about how magic consumes and corrupts people, and how he was just sick of it. Like, he might be young, but you gotta admire the tenacity of this kid. Like, he was just sick of being like, this is it though, he is in the middle, he is central to this tug of war going on, and it's really not good for him, and he's just had enough. So he was hell-bent on destroying the magic, and yeah, it was a really good moment, because this is it. Like, he could never, especially when things would inevitably, because it's not like if, like, say Regina went along with this, if she was able to make Henry love her, it wouldn't be a forever deal, because we all know how these things work out, right? And then what will happen then is Henry will want nothing to do with Regina ever again. So yeah, and it was just really good to see Henry just, tell these characters to lay off. You're doing a bad thing, and I'm sick of this corruption. Like, good, bad, you're all being corrupted, and I'm sick of it. So it was just really good to see Henry with that, like I said, tenacity, and the comparisons to him and Owen, especially with that pull that Regina tried on Owen. And the same with Henry, because of the fact that she was trying to force this love to Henry, from Henry to her. And with Owen, she was trying to get him to stay in Storybrooke, and yeah, both times it was not happening. So there were some parallels, of course, with Owen and Henry. So that was really great stuff to see. So yeah, but it was really good stuff to see. Like I said, the backstory with how Owen and Kurt, they were really adding that compassion, and Regina feeling that for the first time in quite some time, really. And yeah, I mean, like you can understand why there was a bit of upset vibe from Regina about the fact that they were planning on leaving, but it still isn't right? So, like, with the fact that she was trying to force them to stay. So, yeah, because it does have that, and it does have that irony, doesn't it, with the fact that they wouldn't have that, like, free will like everyone else. Like, you could say that they do have free will, and there's a debate about this on The Good Place and all of that, but this is why Regina felt really dejected, like, thinking at first, hey, I got my vengeance, but soon it wasn't, really, like, it didn't feel whole. And this wouldn't, because if anything, this would be even worse, because at least the people in Storybrooke, they don't know about this stuff yet, that their lives have been manufactured. Whereas Kurt and Owen, they will have, unless Regina would have had something to make them like everyone else in Storybrooke, they essentially have a gun to their head. So it would, if anything, be worse for these guys if Regina got her own way. So, but as I said, it wouldn't be that freedom. Yeah, so And this is the thing though, it did hurt Regina, so I'm not exactly dismissing her emotions and whatnot, but it was still wrong at the end of the day to try and force someone to stay when, you know, they've got other plans and whatnot. So, but with Regina, this was compassion for her, and this was the first time in quite some time. So, yeah, and it's like that little piece that she was trying to find that would make her feel whole. Just she had her hands on that last piece, and then it fluttered away. So because of how things just all went to hell. So yeah, but it was great seeing past characters again, especially Graham, which was really, really nice to see. 28 years though, banging Regina, sheesh. No, but it was great to see Graham in this again. So yeah, but like I said, it's also great to get an understanding about why Greg is the way he is. So yeah. Because, like I said, at first I thought, okay, this guy, but he is trying to find his father, and, you know, his father got some kind of evidence of something irregular happening, and now you have Greg, who is just trying to make sure that he doesn't stumble into the full trap his father was in, really, so, yeah. But it was also interesting seeing Mr. Gold pre-knowledge of the whole fairy tale world as well, because you had Regina say, "You don't know who I am," and he's like, I mean, or really am, and he's like, "Well, you're Regina, you're the mayor, so." So yeah, but it was just really interesting because I think all of this time we've really known Rumpel to have knowledge, or like, well, there was a bit of a debate like very early on, but in terms of like the scenes in Storybrooke and whatnot, we've known Rumpel to have attained knowledge of, you know, what's been happening in the Enchanted Forest, etc., and the curse. So it was really interesting seeing him without that knowledge and Regina being the only one. So, and I think that would have hurt Regina a bit more, really, because she was getting a bit she was just getting a bit dejected seeing how things panned out, and with Rumpel being her biggest rival, it kind of takes away a bit of that element away. So like, she is really all alone, and that this can never feel completely whole. So yeah, so like I said, it was really good to see that element of Rumpel. And then we have to talk about that bit where Mary Margaret confronted Regina, and how that was an amazing piece. Though the acting was just really, really incredible from Mary Margaret just breaking down and having that uncontrollable hurt inside of her, to Regina just licking her lips as if you just got a Christmas dinner right in front of you because of what she saw in Snow's heart, which was that little spark of darkness, and the fact that it will just continue to grow. And I'm really interested to see where they take that, because yeah, and this is even better than just killing her, because Mary Margaret will only just make things even worse herself. It doesn't have to be Regina. She can just sit back and watch the fireworks go off. So it was just really, really good stuff to see that acting, because that was just tantalizingly what's the word that I can describe it? It was just juicy. It was just yeah, it was just very, very vindictive. It was very painful. It was just great acting, just that. And it will just be very interesting. Like I said, it will be interesting to see how this darkness might consume. So yeah, but I really, really loved how this episode went by, and like I said, the whole elucidation on why Greg is the way he is and whatnot, with a bit of backstory, is great, and you know, it gets you to sympathize with him so much, as well as seeing Regina basically win because of the fact that, yeah, she didn't kill Mary Margaret, but she's got something better, and it's something that, you know, she can it's essentially what like Cora would have wanted, really, because she wanted Snow and her heart to be ravaged in darkness, and now there's this little dark seed. It's like, you know, she's attained a piece of her mother, and she can really enjoy the idea that Snow can become a darker character, and that innocence will die. So, well, that's the metaphor, really, because of the fact that, yeah, she didn't kill Snow physically, but now she can really enjoy seeing, well, she can kill Snow's hopes on being pure and whatnot by telling her, hey, I know this is happening to you, and it'll only get worse from here, honey, so watch out. So, yeah, a bit of a stretch, but this is it. It's killing her innocence. That darkness is like, she was all innocent, and now with that dark seed and the threat that it could grow, it's killing that innocence. So Snow might not be dying physically, but who she is. So yeah, but yeah, great episode of Once Upon a Time. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check the videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!